Hi, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jim, and we are
A
A
Teague
Teague
of
of
your
Your Own.
own. Welcome to our session on influence, why you need it, and how to get it. Here's what we're going to cover. Why influence can help you grow as a leader or as a salesperson. What influence is, and how to increase your influence with others. Now, before you think, well, I'm not a leader, I'm not a salesperson, I don't need this, that's not true. Everybody needs to know how to increase their influence. So stick around and find out more. Why can influence help you grow as a leader or as a salesperson? Well, here are what a few people have to say about influence. Leadership is influence. That's what our friend and mentor, John Maxwell, said. The key to successful leadership today is influence, not authority. That's what author Ken Blanchard said. Influence is about being genuine. That's what Pastor Johnny Hunt said. Influence is the single most important skill you can master in your lifetime. Motivational speaker Tony Robbins said that. The most influential people in my life are probably not even aware of the things they've taught me. That's what cartoonist Scott Adams once said.
Influence is the ability to get others to do what you want them to do. It is a key skill for both leaders and for salespeople. As a leader, influence is essential for getting your team to buy into your vision and work towards common goals. It is also important for motivating and inspiring your team to achieve their best. As a salesperson, influence is essential for building relationships with potential customers and convincing them to buy your product or service. It is also important for overcoming objections and closing deals. Influence is a skill that can be learned and developed over time. The more you practice, the better you will become at influencing others. Some specific examples of how influence can help you grow as a leader and as a salesperson include: as a leader, you can use influence to get your team to adopt new procedures or processes that will improve your efficiency and productivity. You can also use influence to motivate your team to work harder and achieve more ambitious goals. As a salesperson, you can use influence to build relationships with potential customers and convince them to buy your product or service. You can also use influence to overcome objections and close deals. We always want to close more deals.
Heck yeah.
Influence is a powerful skill that can help you achieve your goals in both your personal and professional life. By developing your influence skills, you can become a more effective leader and salesperson.
Wow, you can do a lot using
You can
influence.
do a lot. Influence is the ability to positively or negatively change or impact the feelings, actions, and behaviors of others. Influence and persuasion are two closely related concepts, but there is a subtle difference between them. Influence is the ability to affect the thoughts, feelings, or behaviors of others, while persuasion is the act of convincing someone to do something they might not otherwise do. Influence can be achieved through a variety of means, such as charisma, authority, or expertise. Persuasion, on the other hand, typically requires more direct communication and argument.
There are many different types of influence, but some of the more common ones are expertise. People are more likely to be influenced by those who they perceive as experts in their field. This is because experts are seen as having knowledge and experience that others do not have. Charisma. People are most likely to be influenced by those that they find charismatic. Charismatic people are often seen as being confident, likable, and trustworthy. All things we want. Authority. This could be someone who's in a position of power, such as a boss or a teacher, or it could be someone who is seen as being an authority on a particular subject. Rational persuasion. This is when someone uses logic and reason to try to convince someone else to do something. Emotional appeals. This is when someone tries to evoke an emotional response in order to persuade someone to do something. So if we had to, show you what influence look like as an equation, this is what it would look like. Our good friend Katerina Rando created the following equation to best describe influence. Visibility plus value plus consistency equals influence. So let's dig a little bit deeper into each of those parts of the influence equation. First, let's talk about visibility. Increasing your visibility increases your influence in a number of ways. First, it allows you to build relationships with more people. When people know who you are and what you do, they are more likely to trust you and take your advice. Second, it gives you a platform to share your ideas and opinions. When you're more visible, you have a greater opportunity to influence the way people think and act. And third, it makes you more credible. When people see that you are respected and admired by others, they're more likely to take you seriously. Here are some specific ways to increase your visibility. You could attend industry events or conferences. You could write an article or blog posts. You could speak at events. You could be more active on social media. Get involved in your community, or even volunteer your time to a cause you care about. By increasing your visibility, you can increase your influence and make a real difference in the world.
Value is the second part of the equation. Adding value to people increases your influence with them in a number of ways. First, it shows that you are interested in helping them and that you care about their success. This builds trust and rapport, which are essential for any relationship. Second, it makes you more credible. When people see that you are willing to give of your time and energy to help them, they are more likely to believe what you have to say. Third, it makes you more likable. That's something we all want, isn't it?
Yes.
People are drawn to those who make them feel good about themselves. When you add value to people, you make them feel good about themselves, which makes them more likely to want to be around you and to listen to what you have to say.
Oh man, everybody wants to have that.
Here are some specific ways to add value to people. Be helpful. Offer to help people with their work, their projects, or sometimes their personal problems. Be a mentor. Share your knowledge and experience with others to help them grow and develop. Be a connector. Introduce people to each other who could benefit from knowing each other. Be a cheerleader.
Yay!
Be supportive and encouraging of others. Be a problem solver. Help people find solutions to their problems. By adding value to people, you can increase your influence with them and make a real difference in their lives.
Oh, heck yeah.
The third part of the equation is consistency. Being consistent helps increase your influence with others in a number of ways. First, it shows that you are reliable and trustworthy. When people know that they can count on you to follow through on your promises, they are more likely to trust you and to take you seriously. Second, it makes you more credible. When people see that you are consistent in your words and actions. They are more likely to believe what you have to say. Third, it makes you more likable. There we are again.
Likable.
People are drawn to those who are consistent and reliable. When you are consistent, you make people feel comfortable and secure, which makes them more likely to want to be around you and to listen to what you have to say.
There's that listening part
There
again.
it is. Here are some specific ways to be consistent. First, keep your promises. When you say you're going to do something, do it. Be reliable. Show up on time and meet your deadlines. Be honest. Always tell the truth, even when it's difficult. Be fair. Treat everyone the same, regardless of their position or status. Be consistent in your values. Stand up for what you believe in, even when it's unpopular. By being consistent, you can increase your influence with others and make a real difference in the world.
Now that we know why influence is important and what it is, let's look at how we can get it, because everybody wants it.
You better believe it.
Here are 5 ways leaders can influence people. First, and we've heard this already a couple of times, be a good listener. One of the best ways to build trust and rapport with others is to be a good listener. When you listen to others, you show them that you value their opinions and that you're interested in what they have to say. Second, be genuine. People can spot a fake a mile away. If you want to be influential, you need to be genuine and authentic. People will be more likely to trust and follow you if they believe you are being sincere. Third, be positive. People are drawn to positive people. If you want to be influential, you need to be positive and upbeat. People are more likely to want to be around you and listen to what you have to say if they feel good when they are around you. Fourth, be confident. Confidence is attractive. If you want to be influential, you need to be confident in yourself and in your abilities. People will be more likely to believe in you if you believe in yourself. Fifth, be persistent. Don't give up easily. If you want to be influential, you need to be persistent. Keep trying, even when things get tough. Eventually, you will succeed. Here are some additional tips for increasing your influence as a leader. Set a good example. People are more likely to follow someone who they respect and admire. So make sure that you are setting a good example by being honest, ethical, and hardworking. Be clear and concise. When you communicate with others, be clear and concise. People are more likely to listen if they can understand what you are saying. Be open to feedback. No one is perfect. So be open to feedback from others. This will help you to grow and develop as a leader. Be willing to delegate. Don't try to do everything yourself. Be willing to delegate tasks to others. This will free up your time so that you can focus on the most important things. And be supportive. Be supportive of your team members. Let them know that you believe in them and that you are there to help them succeed.
So what are some of the ways that salespeople can increase their influence with customers? Here are 5 ways that you can do that. Number 1, build trust and rapport. This is the foundation of any successful sales relationship. Salespeople can build trust and rapport by being honest, transparent, and reliable. They should also take the time to get to know their customers and understand their needs. Second, be a good listener. There it is again. Salespeople should listen carefully to their customers' needs and concerns. They should ask questions and clarify any points that they don't understand. By listening carefully, salespeople can better understand what their customers are looking for and how they can help them. Third, be knowledgeable about the products or services you sell. Salespeople should be experts in the products and services that they sell. They should be able to answer any questions that their customers have and explain the benefits of the product or service in detail. Fourth, be confident. Salespeople should be confident in their ability to help their customers, because understand, sales is service.
Yes, it is.
They should believe in the product or service that they are selling and be able to articulate its value, because that's what you're trying to do, is add value.
Yes.
Fifth, be persistent. Salespeople should not give up easily. They should continue to follow up with their customers even if they don't close the deal right away. By being persistent, salespeople can eventually win over even the most difficult customers.
Mm-hmm.
It is important to also be ethical when you are using influence. Here are some tips on how to be ethical when you are trying to influence someone. Be honest and transparent. Always be honest with the person you're trying to influence. Don't make promises that you can't keep or try to deceive them in any way. Respect the person's autonomy. The person you are trying to influence has the right to make their own decisions. Don't try to force them to do something that they don't want to do. You'll regret it every time.
Yes, you will.
Be aware of your own biases. We all have biases, and it's important to be aware of them when we are trying to influence someone. Make sure you are not letting yours cloud your judgment. Be mindful of the other person's needs. What are the person's needs and wants? What are they trying to achieve? Try to understand their perspective and tailor your influence accordingly. And be patient. Influence takes time.
Yes.
Don't expect to see results overnight. Be patient and persistent, and eventually you will be successful. By following these tips, you can be ethical when you influence someone.
Ethics is so important.
It is important. Here's some additional tips for being ethical when you influence someone. Be aware of the power dynamics at play. When you are trying to influence someone, there is a power dynamic. You have more power than the person you're trying to influence. So it's important to be aware of this and use your power responsibly. Be mindful of the consequences of your influence. When you influence someone, you are shaping their thoughts and actions. It's important to be mindful of the consequences of your influence and to make sure that you are not leading the person down a path that is harmful to them. Be willing to listen to feedback. If the person you are trying to influence has feedback for you, be willing to listen to it. Feedback can help you to be a more effective influencer and to build trust with the person you're trying to influence. Be willing to admit when you are wrong.
Oh, yes.
If you make a mistake, and you're going to, be willing to admit it. This shows that you are trustworthy and that you are willing to learn from your mistakes.
Wow. What a lot we have covered today. So we've learned quite a bit about influence, and we want to offer you some more tips on how you can increase your influence. We've learned what influence is. We've learned why it's important for leaders and salespeople. We've learned how to get it, and we know you want to learn more about it. So scan the QR code and head over to our website, atigeofyourown.com. You can download our complimentary checklist, the Positively Influence People checklist. Feel free to give us a call or send us a text at 412-420-7975 and let us know why you need to increase your influence. Thanks so much for joining us for our session, Influence, Why You Need It and How to Get It. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and we're looking forward to hearing from you soon.